We're good?
We are good. All right. What's up, everyone? Today is episode 2 of the Light Novel Fiends podcast. I'm
Yes,
Biggest
sir.
Gamer,
I'm Adamar.
and we're about to talk about some more light novel shit.
Yep. Yes, last week we went over Keyboard Immortal. That shit was fire, I have to say. Like, we went over a lot about Keyboard Immortal. Today we're looking at Absolute Resonance, right?
Yes, sir.
We got so originally, guys, we thought we were gonna do we're gonna try to go over a lot of our ongoing novels, everything we're caught up with, and then we realized we have too much stuff to say. So
There's we've also read quite a bit. So
yeah, we have.
we're not called Light Novel Fiends for nothing.
For that is for damn sure, man.
Oh,
Oh, have you ever looked at your screen time to see?
I don't want to look at it.
Bro, I looked at it one time, and it was like for the last 10 days. I think it was 55 and a half hours in 10 days.
What?
I was reading for like 5.5 hours every day for the last 10 days.
So I usually read on my computer.
Yeah. Oh, so you can't tell your screen time?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably check like my time on a site.
Oh, okay. Oh, bro, don't do it.
No, I'm not.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I saw that number and I'm like, do I have a problem? Like, I shouldn't be reading this much.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna throw a quick disclaimer out, guys. Your boy Adamar is sick today, so if you hear some coughs, some sniffling, I'm sorry. I can't help it, but I'm still here for you guys, so don't worry.
Yeah, he's a fragile guy.
It didn't help that I was drinking yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
I thought I'd get better, and then
No, you
that,
went
that was a
crazy.
dumb move. That was a dumb move.
It is what it is. All right.
Well, you got the synopsis ready?
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys know, we're gonna give you the little synopsis that Usha World gives you,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll give you a little bit of what's happening in the current events, and then we'll start talking about it. So you want to take it away?
Yep. So the synopsis says, in the land of the Ja Kingdom, every human being is born with what is known as a resonance, either to a specific element or a powerful mythical beast. Unfortunately, Lilo was born with an incredibly rare condition known as a blank resonance. As the name suggests, he doesn't have one. Normally, this would be utterly crippling, but at least he has the advantage of being the young master of the mighty house Lulan, one of the 5 great houses of Ja. Unfortunately, his parents, the powerful masters of House Lulan, have gone missing for many years, and the other great houses are beginning to eye their holdings quite hungrily. For that matter, plenty are also eyeing his talented, beautiful childhood friend and fiance, Jang Kinge, who has been leading House Lulan in his parents' stead. Lilo would much rather keep a low profile and wants to call off the engagement, but John Kinge has flatly refused. What's a useless young master to do? Is there any way he can get out of this engagement? Can he figure out a way to protect his house from jackals circling around it? And is a blank resonance really useless? Come and find out.
Just want to throw out, as always, trash parents.
I feel like every
You can't become a super strong martial artist without trash parents. Bro.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, it's like a requirement.
either trash parents, missing parents, or
Dead parents.
one parent,
Yep.
the other parent's missing.
That's
I
facts.
swear every novel is like, or the parents die later on.
Mm-hmm.
The MCs always have a tragic life.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a few that I've seen that don't have like what is it? Marshall World. Marshall World has parent. He has parents the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cute. But that's not the norm. But yeah, as so currently where we're at right now. Also, just a little background more on the resonance stuff. So like you guys heard in the synopsis, you can have a beast type resonance,
Yeah,
and you can have or an element, and they go up to grade 9, 1 to 9. Ninth is the best. 1 is trash.
Yeah, and the higher grades are pretty rare, and so are the elements and beast types.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like light, pretty rare.
Yep.
Like dark and stuff. But
Yeah, so those are the residents. They're a little different. There's one thing about it. I don't know. Tell me how you actually. Let's get in the synopsis first. Where we're at right now.
So right now, he they just had their great house battle. Lilo
I call
I
him
don't
Lee
even
Lao.
Li Lao.
I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like Lao is Lao.
Oh, you're right.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to say Li Luo. Li
Mhm.
Luo?
I don't know.
Maybe that's. I'm gonna say Li Luo.
Okay.
But they
We're gonna
base
kill all these names, by the way.
yeah.
Sorry.
But they so there's like a house meet
Mm-hmm.
in, for their house where the person who wins will become the new house lord. And they just had this battle. Uh, he battled the other, like one of his parents. Like they took in two disciples. One of them is obviously his fiance, and the other is the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Pay how?
Pei Hao.
Mm-hmm.
And he just defeated him. And of course, there's other powers like you said in the synopsis that are like they want to take over his house because they have
Some special
yeah
sauce.
they have
Yeah.
they want to get lost in the sauce that they got. But his his parents, they had
Mhm.
like a little manifestation that came out, protected the house because even the regent of the kingdom, he came out. He was like he tried to frame them literally after they won. He was like, y'all are bad guys, so we're gonna
It was
arrest
so
you."
weak, bro.
I was like, what?
He didn't come up with anything special. He's just like he came down and he was like, "You guys have committed treason. I can kill you now." And it's like, what? Literally zero evidence, bro. Zero evidence. He's like, "I need a random excuse to kill you."
No, that was crazy. But then obviously his mom came out super badass. She was like, he was shocked. He was like, "You're supposed to be the noble battlefield," which is like that was the place they got sent to. It's basically like a battlefield against these creatures that are invading their world. But he was like, you guys aren't supposed to be here. And she was like, she literally straight up went to his face, was like, even if you, with all your connections, with planning me to put me there, if I didn't want to go, I wouldn't have gone. And I was like, that's I was
bro.
like, that's crazy. She was like, your little power couldn't have sent me there.
You can't touch me.
Yeah, I was like, that's
But
disrespectful.
mind you, they're in the how do you say Zia kingdom, or how would you say it?
That's a Ja.
Shah kingdom.
Yeah.
So they're in the Shah kingdom, or they say kingdom, right?
Yeah.
So they're in the Shah kingdom, and they the regent, he holds the power because they call him the little emperor because he's 13, I think.
Yeah, he's really young.
Yeah, he's young. He might be 10, 13, I don't know, but he's too young, and he has to. But now he's finally gonna come into power because I guess 13 is old enough, but he's kind of trying to stop it, and so the whole thing is that under Lilo's how do you say it? Lilo
Liluo?
Liluo.
Yeah.
All right,
Like that.
Liluo. So Liluo's house, basically, his parents left something called divine matter, which is like this crazy item that basically like helps people out to get into the next like best powerful stage. Should we go over the cultivation?
Yeah.
You want to do it or should I?
I don't remember the beginning ones. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, I got you. So I don't remember the very first ones, but I think so. Basically, how it works is you have to go through the first 10 stages. There's four different tiers that we know of so far. The first one, I'm gonna call it the basic tier because I don't remember the first 10 stages of it. They're called something, but I can't remember off the top of my head. The second tier is Resident Master,
Yeah.
and that has three different sub tiers in it. I think it's the Evolving Genesis, the Pattern Genesis. No, actually, the first one is called the Budding. No, the Flowering Genesis is the first one.
Oh, okay.
The second one is the Pattern Genesis, and the third one is the Evolving Genesis.
Yeah.
And so those are the three sub tiers for Resident Master, and then you have what is the Fiend stage? Fiend body stage.
Yeah.
There's the Fiend body stage, which has three sub tiers. Well, it has a couple sub tiers, but let's call it three main. That's two main sub tiers, and then they have other sub tiers.
Yeah.
They go crazy on the sub tiers, and this is the most convoluted cultivation I've ever read, bro.
Really?
Yeah, every single tier has sub tiers, and those sub tiers have their own sub tiers.
That's true.
So for Fiend Body, there's Earth. There's like just your. So, it's like I can't even explain it, man. Because there's two different sections. There's the Fiend Body and then the Heavenly heavenly general. Oh, it's the general stage and then the heavenly general stage. That's what it is.
I think so.
And then in the general stage, you have three different sub tiers, which which Liluo just hit the fiend body stage.
Yeah.
And so you cultivate your fiend body, and you get They haven't really talked about the first one that much, so I can't remember it off the top of my head. But the second one is the body. It's just called Body Earth Fiend or Earth Fiend. I think
Yeah, it's Earth Fiend.
it's the Earth Fiend sub tier, and then you go the Glass Body
Yeah.
fiend, and then you become a heavenly resonance fiend stage, and then
General stage?
heavenly resonance general stage, heavenly resonance general. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. It's a lot. I think it's the heavenly resonance stage, and then after that,
No, it actually is. Now that I think about it, it is pretty cool.
that's
Because
what I'm
like,
saying.
because I feel like the
Compare to
authors-
Keyboard Immortal, bro.
Yeah. Nah, it's
Keyboard Immortal's like you hit your ninth stage, and the ninth stage has 1 through 9 stages. No names, bro. Until you hit the master tier where they have the names for the
yeah.
souls we were talking about last week. But like, so then they have the heavily resonant stage that gets you get and then you can evolve that sub tier. You get to the heavenly.
I think it is general.
Is it? Oh, sorry, I messed up. The first sub tier of the heavenly fiend body is the heavenly pearl stage.
Oh,
Remember?
Pearl. That's what it was.
It's the heavenly pearl stage, and then once you get, and that one's a little convoluted because it goes up to 9 pearls is the max, but it's based on talent, and so basically it's like not everybody can get to 9. Some people get to less, and depend. I think they haven't made like set a prerequisite, like maybe you need like 5 to get to the next level,
Mhm.
but like I'm assuming it's at least 5 in my head. That's like my head canon, you know,
Yeah.
until they tell me otherwise. And then when above that is the heavenly resonance stage,
Yeah.
and then above that is the Duke stage, which they cultivate these Bergfrieds. I think is how it's called. You know what I'm talking about? The Bergfrieds. You know the thing that they summon when they fight the Dukes.
What?
Yeah. So you didn't see that. So the Dukes they cultivate 9 different. So the Duke stage has 9 stages, and
Yeah.
it's 1 through 9, and it's how many Bergfrieds you have.
Bird?
Bergfrieds, bro. It's weird. It's
I
like a
don't remember
weird
that.
castle thing, bro.
'Cause the thing I remember is like, okay, when you enter the Duke stage,
Yeah.
you get your second resonance,
That's true. Yes, that's important.
and
We
then you
gotta talk
get,
about that.
and then you have the 9 stages. And then you go to the King stage, you get your third resonance.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like the whole point in the Duke stage was just connecting the two I didn't know the Berg. I don't remember that.
Yeah, bro. There's 9 Bergfrieds, and they when Dukes fight, they summon the Bergfrieds. I remember if this was in my jog your memory when during the house meet, basically some Dukes were trying to attack the house, and they had a hidden Duke. You know, Ox
Yeah.
Biao, I think is how you
Yeah,
saying
Bao. I think it's Bao Bao.
it. Ox Bao, and he doesn't remember he doesn't have Bergfrieds. They're shattered.
Oh
see,
yeah,
there you go, there you
that's chocolate memory. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It's like like the core of a Duke or something.
Yeah, it's basically the core, and you cultivate 9 of them, and then you hit the king stage. So, quick synopsis again, guys. You got the basic stage, which we did not even remember what the name is. Sorry, but there's 10 stages to that. Liluo, and then he gets through that. The next stage is the resident master, and then after that you got the fiend body stage, and then you got the Duke stage, and the king stage. That's all we know right now. Oh, I'm dying. But yeah, those are the stages of the cultivation right now.
So why were we talking about that again?
Because
I
we
don't
need to
remember.
tell them.
What were we talking about before that? I can't remember.
We're talking about
I know we're talking about the house meet
the house meet and the region.
and the regent. Oh, that's right. So she was. What was? They said she was a 4th rank, right?
When she left, yeah.
And then when she came back, she was higher because the regent's 4th rank right now,
He's a fifth.
or 5th. Oh yeah, that's right. And then but she's higher than him.
So what happened was when she left, when they like drafted them basically, right? They drafted them to the war. It was she was a fourth stage Duke. And he was a 5th stage Duke. Or I don't know what he was then, but now he's a 5th stage Duke. So he was like, I should definitely win. But like
Honestly, that doesn't make sense to me. why he thought that? Because if they're on a battlefield, they're clearly like they're gonna be stronger because they've been fighting for their lives for like 10 years now.
Bro, how long is it? They haven't explained it, but it's like a long time.
They've been gone for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, that's how.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the beginning they said, yeah, they've been gone for 10 years. I don't know where they're at. Yo, they've been straight up fighting. And she said, like, if we didn't need something on the battlefield, we wouldn't have gone. And I was like, what do they need? They've been fighting for 10 years for.
And it's known on the Nobles battlefield. They fight. All right, so we'll talk. They fight the others, and basically they're like a manifestation of people's bad emotions, like love.
Yeah, and
greed.
they're like the invaders who have been like trying to take over mankind, like, and then, like the world split in half. I don't know if it's half, but I know it's split. Actually, it might be less because the way they talk about it, they sound like they're getting pressed.
So, from my understanding, is that it's a separate world, and they invade this world, and they're like, but they're slowly taking over because
really,
yeah.
I thought it. The way I thought about it was like, it's the same world, but it's like they took over the other side, and they're trying to take over this side. Because originally they said in legend like that they were once one and the same, right? Or something like that.
No, I think that's the so there's two factions, right? There's the colleges,
Yeah,
who are on the safe side, and then
who want to eliminate them.
eliminate the others, and then the other side, which we don't know their name, right?
Yeah, we have no idea.
But they want to become
Rejoin
one.
them.
Yeah. They want to become one with the others, and basically that means like they want to take some of their dark matter into them, and that's how they become like the perfect human.
Because they believe that they're originally one.
They're originally what?
They're originally one being, like those crazy guys. That's why I'm like thinking like
I don't understand them, bro. This sounds so dumb.
yeah, but that's why I'm thinking like the other world was probably because they said these things came out of nowhere, right? When they were at their peak.
Yeah, basically they just showed up. I think that's crazy.
Nah, there's no way they just showed up randomly.
We're gonna have to do some searching because this is pretty important.
No, well, what I'm saying, like in this terms of the story, I was like, because like now that they've been like pressing them for a while, because like the principal, he's been fighting. How long has he been down there? I think he's been at the same time,
like 4 years.
Yeah,
at least 4 years.
And I know like when he gave, or I think it's when they left the cave.
The Umbral Cave?
Yeah, like I remember like they described like this scene like between two of them, how he's been like fighting this guy.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
it's intense.
Yeah. He's been fighting him for so long, and like the guy with the evil other was like, we know everything about each other, been fighting for so long. It's pretty much possible like he's just gonna keep him down there forever. And I know like the principal's like just waiting on that dragon, the
Dragon
Holy
Grail?
Grail.
Yeah, the Dragon Holy Grail. Holy Dragon Grail.
Yeah, which is what they won. They won it from the competition, and he asked for Leo's blood because apparently he has a powerful bloodline.
Crazy OP.
I didn't see that coming. It's a dragon bloodline. I couldn't see that coming either.
They kind of, oh man, it was like at the beginning I didn't see it coming at all.
No, I didn't either.
And then basically they named some super powerful like heavenly. His name's like Heavenly Dragon, Heavenly Emperor Lee.
Yeah.
And so, and like basically, like we didn't know at all. There was no foreshadowing on this, but then they snuck it in like a couple of hundreds of chapters in that the parents aren't originally from the
kingdom,
that kingdom, the Gia kingdom.
Came from because right now, the Ja kingdom's in the outer divine continent, and they're from the inner divine continent. And I bet there's like a core divine continent. To be honest,
always, bro.
There's always, because it's the same way sex works. It's outer, inner, core.
Yeah, always, bro. You know it.
There has to be, but
they love to do that shit, bro.
But
you think you're strong in your region?
Come to the
inner region. Oh, you think you're strong in the inner region? Core region.
But didn't But also, there's actually huge foreshadowing by the uncle, because when he said
Well,
the Bao,
oh, I know you're talking. Yeah, yeah.
so because
The
he
butcher.
yeah, so he said when they were asking about his parents' cultivation, he was like, "Oh, it's pretty crazy how it got to the Duke so fast," and he was like, "He didn't get to Duke, he didn't reach."
The Duke at 26 years old.
Yeah, he
He
said,
reached it.
yeah, and I was like, huh? When I read that,
Shook me. Yeah.
I was like, he's like, he just got his cultivation back. I was like, so clearly something went down.
Yeah.
Neither, but I don't think it was a battle, because if it was a battle, they would have been hunted down. Because they've been obviously way too eyed in the open. They didn't like change their names or anything.
So basically, an important part about this is Lee Luo. He started off the book at 17, and he has the blank resonance, like it says, right? But he can insert resonances inside of himself, which nobody else can do. Like, I think some people can do it; they can get an acquired resonance, but it's like very, very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
But for his blank resonance, obviously there's nothing there, so he can put it in, and like, I don't want to say the Jawwalks are not crazy because they're pretty crazy,
They're insane.
They're insane. So basically, his huge drawback is that if he doesn't reach the Duke stage in 5 years, he dies. Because like once you hit the Duke stage, I guess your longevity gets like a huge boost.
Mhm.
Your body goes through like a metamorphosis.
Yeah.
And so like he needs to reach the Duke stage within 5 years, which he is clearly doing. Because he's like we told you, we went through the 4 different tiers that we know of now. And he's already in the fiend body stage, the 3rd tier, right below
In
Duke.
1 year.
1 year.
1 year. His cultivation speed is crazy fast. Like, to
Insane.
be honest, like, I'm surprised no one has like looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
they haven't
fortunately.
like no one has gone and looked at that like that crazily up there. You're like, oh, he's really strong. He's number one. But to be honest, in reality, it's like it took a 1 year to just be. He's like the strongest of the first and second like class students in the Astro College, because the second years they're sorry.
They're so trash.
They're trash.
Man, the way they got disrespected the whole tournament arc, bro. Tell me how you felt about that, because I was so happy about it.
I was dying.
Yeah, bro. They were like, I remember what was it that really got me was when they were fighting the others in that mission. Remember when they had to go to that province to restore it from the others, and Lilo was with Lilu. No, Lilu. He was with the best second year from his college.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the others can corrupt you, but you can get rid of the corruption if you're quick enough. And
if you have a strong enough will.
Yeah, and so he got corrupted every single time they fought the other. And so what they ended up doing is they chained him like everywhere from head to toe. They chained him up and dragged him across the street. And he's like, "You should treat your elders better." And he's like, "No, you suck, man. Like, you have no help here."
That was too funny.
It was gross though, the way they described it, because they described him getting taken over that first time.
Bro, it's actually so gory.
Yeah, like what they say, he was fighting an other that has eyeballs, but I think it looked like a sub or something to him, and so he was eating eyeballs.
Yeah,
and they were like going down, and they were describing how it like the eyeball looked and how he like. And that was pretty disgusting.
I was like, bro,
I was not ready for that.
I almost threw up.
Like they were just describing that eyeball like going inside his stomach.
Yeah, when he said it was
chewing process.
Once he mentioned he was eating it, I was immediately like that was.
It was nasty.
And the way they describe how they look, like these people.
Oh yeah, they're insane.
Like when I think like the first time when they went in the Umbral Cave and everyone got infected.
That's where the others are, by the way, guys. The Umbral Cave is underneath the college, and that's where like the others are, and the colleges are built on the Umbral Caves.
It's
to,
a
like,
spatial crack,
others.
like they're trying to come out of, and the college's like job is like suppress them.
Yeah,
but when they were when they got infected in the Umbral Cave, when they were describing like that little like smile like that appears out there, I was like, that's gross.
I was creeped out.
I was actually creeped out. I was like, this is kind of like this. That's when I like first realized I was like, this novel is gonna have some really dark moments.
Have you seen the Smile movie like in theaters?
No.
Have you ever seen like a preview or any?
Yeah.
If you guys have seen the Smile previews at all, Imagine that. That's like what they
But
describe
on like
for one.
someone's like back,
Yeah.
which so like it's even worse, and it's like a human face is like a ghastly face.
Yeah, and it's like the smile is so high that it's not just like that regular smile that you'll see. Like, I don't even want to do it because I look crazy, but it's like, and like, but imagine like, well, like up here, guys.
Yeah, like a Joker, like the Joker.
Like the Joker, but like you see where the red paint goes up to,
Yeah,
like that's how
you're gonna
far
see the skin like open up.
that
It's
yeah, it
gross.
destroys their mouths while they try to smile that big,
Mm-hmm.
and like that was gross, gross, and like the corruption. There was a bunch of people that was happening to, and they had to like purify them or whatever.
Yeah, and I was like, I got goosebumps like reading that part in the novel.
And that other, I think it was a perfect like antagonist because it was just like it's not like ridiculously strong for them. It was ridiculously strong, but like he was just like it really just like showed the others like
Mhm.
wow, you know, it's like how they corrupt, what they do, like what they'll make you do when you're
No,
corrupted,
it's the perfect way to build up like how
how violent they are.
disturbing and
Yeah,
violent they are.
because like basically if they get out of these spatial tears that the colleges are on,
They will raise it
everything,
down to the ground. Like the second they escape Ja Kingdom, gone.
like within like minutes, I think they
Yeah,
were saying it. Like that whole kingdom, we don't know how big it is in terms of like miles, kilometers,
it's
whatever.
yeah, but it's like a medium-sized kingdom.
No, let's say the size of a state. All right, if
Mm.
you, I don't know where you guys are from, but if the U.S., we got states out here. Let's say a regular size state, probably taking over minutes, thousands of miles. You know, I could be capping. I don't know how big Mass is. It could be like 200 miles, bro. But I don't know. Let's say the whole state of Massachusetts. We're based out of Mass, guys. They're just covered entirely darkness. Everybody dies.
Yeah, so one of the
Mm.
so the, in for the tournament, the Holy Grail tournament, the last quest was to purify
The province.
the old empire,
Yeah.
which was like a super strong empire. It was like at the peak of its powers, but a spatial crack came through and they were annihilated like immediately. So that's why we're saying like
Yeah.
Ja Kingdom immediately gone, especially because like they have a king protecting them and
Mm.
he's even. So if that guy ever like lost,
Mhm.
immediately annihilated.
And about these spatial tears that just happened to this empire that he was talking about. I think it's like the Red Empire. I think it was.
No, it was in Black Empire, right?
I don't remember the name.
It was like Black something Empire.
All right, let's call it the Black Empire. They were the basically the place that got raised down that we're talking about that they had to go in during the competition to purify it. But in this place, it wasn't like there was a college there, I believe. But this spatial tear, I think it didn't come from the college. I think it was just a random spatial tear.
Yeah, because
They could just show up anywhere.
yeah, so they had a insider who
Mhm.
betrayed them,
Yeah,
which was the guy. I don't know if it was him, the guy who they fought. I don't know if it was him, but they had someone in the background who,
I think it was a Crimson Knight.
yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
it might be. I think you might be right, but
Yeah.
they basically he betrayed his empire,
Mm-hmm.
and then they came through and they just murdered everyone because this organization they want to merge with the others
Mm-hmm.
and they need the resentment from like the death of their own to like merge with them.
That
It's-
is
it's
just
crazy.
so bad, bro. Like
I-
honestly, you think this is a pretty like because Lee Luo, you think he's a cool guy, which he is, and he's pretty chill and like
It's pretty funny too.
he's hilarious, and it's pretty easy going when you're just following through like his narrative. But then when you start talking about the others, you're like, whoa, like what's happening? Like we did doing a 180 on this
Mhm.
novel.
Oh, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's gonna go. Some dark moments are gonna happen,
Mm-hmm.
and then I really think the guy that's working with the regent, I think he's trying to do the same thing.
No, actually, did you read the latest chapter?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are caught up. And by caught up, we mean today's chapter 12, 17, 22. Chapter came out in the morning, I believe. Oh my God, it was amazing. And it got me. This is what I hate. I just want to read the next part. And I want to pay. I want to pay for the subscription, but I'm like, I can't do that for
No.
every novel. And so I never do it. But basically they talked about it. I think he said a line and he was like, um it's not like we haven't destroyed other colleges before. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He said that, and I was like, whoa. The region, that's what I'm confused about right now. I actually want to ask you, like, why do you think the region is doing that? Because he wants control of the kingdom. Why would he want the college to go down? Do you think he doesn't know what would happen, or like,
I don't know, because so he has some weird, like, I feel like he's being like controlled or something.
mind controlled?
I don't know if it's not mind control, but I feel like he got like a certain suggestion
Mm-hmm.
because he has like this weird obsession with needing to be the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Because like remember they said that he didn't like the fact that Astral College like set foot in their land,
Yeah, I
and
remember.
he like said like his ancestors were wrong to let him lay here.
Mm-hmm.
And because he even said he told the college that he should have been like the vice principal
Mm-hmm.
to like show like support for the kingdom or something.
Okay.
But like the college was like, no, we're neutral, so we don't want to be any involved in politics, and that made him mad. He was like, because he thinks like even though they're neutral, they have a king, so in reality, if the king can raise the kingdom to the ground, so he's like, even if I'm the king, I'm not number one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, but even if that's the case, like but the Astral College isn't on its own. It's like beset by like a bunch of other organizations. So like,
Well, it's one big organization that has branch.
oh yeah, so a bunch of other branches that connected to one organization. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even if they wanted to take over, like there's like a certain alliance, like I think between like the kingdoms and the schools, where it's like no. So it's like
can't.
I don't know why he feels threatened by the king,
Yeah.
because like he's not gonna intervene,
Yeah.
and like that's the whole point of the neutrality.
Yeah.
But clearly, someone's been manipulating him behind the scenes to be like, no, they're a threat.
I want to know who that guy is so bad.
I want to know too,
And I want to know the name. Like, I just want a name. It irks me, but I love it. It's like a love-hate relationship with like mystery, man. Cause I want to know it so bad, and I love that he's like the author's pulling me along and like not telling me the name and keeping it so secretive. Cause it is super secretive.
yeah, it is.
Nobody knows about it. Like even like the higher ups at like the Astro College seem to not like they know it exists, but they don't know who they are, where they
No,
are,
they're very secretive.
and so it's like we don't even know their name. Like we just found out some of their powers, like what they name their like people that they send out. They have like they call them like the knights, and it's like I think they base it off the color.
Yeah,
But like we that's all we know. We don't know anything else.
yeah, it's
And,
like the most information we've gotten.
like, and I love that, but I hate it.
It's like, bro, like I need to know who they are,
Just give me
what their
something,
goal
though.
is, and how we're gonna destroy them.
And he just like the author is so good at giving me like one line every like 5 chapters, and I'm like, I found out a little more, but I never know the whole story.
It's like so. This author wrote. He did Battle Through the Heavens,
Ooh, I like that.
Dragon Prince Yuan, Wudong Qiankun, and then what's the one? The last? It's not. It's Great Ruler.
Yeah.
But basically,
Oh, is this part of the world or no? This
No.
is a separate world, right?
it's just separate from
Okay.
the unit. I'm pretty sure it's separate. But I at least I remember in Dragon Prince Yuan, he leads you by the nose a lot,
Yep.
because like every time he goes up in the world, it's like another organization, another secret. There's so many secrets, and it takes a little bit to unravel. But here,
Yeah.
I feel like here he's been a lot more secretive, because Dragon Prince Yuan, he like jumped up to like the higher ups pretty quickly, but here he's like still in like the little divine con.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like he is like a frog in a well. Like,
Yeah, he's
and-
very far in the wilderness right now.
and it's like, ooh, it's kind of
Like we to this day we know absolutely basically nothing about the inner divine continent
Nope. except that exists.
except that exists. His clan is originally from there.
But we
And
don't know if it's
they said it like 2 or 3 chapters ago.
no,
When he talked to his dad.
yeah, but he never said he was from, because like he says like he didn't specifically say he's from the inner divine continent.
That's true.
He said
That's
he's
very
just
true.
not from the Jacques kingdom.
That's very true, actually.
So we don't know.
But I thought he said you can go find your family down there. Didn't he say that?
Oh, he might have. Yeah,
That's
he
what-
he did say that. So that's why I was like, I don't know if there's more this is my like the core divine comment. Kind of thing.
Okay, I see, I
Yeah.
see.
So that's
So
why
you're
I'm like,
like, because they do have the best. I'm assuming this is my assumption. It seems to me that they have the best bloodline in the world because
or
they're
top. But I mean, his mother's like,
Wrexham.
yeah. So clearly,
A
is
a
yeah.
matriarch type of family.
Yeah. It's always funny 'cause he's like, I'm not gonna let this happen to me.
And the mother's hilarious because he's like, "Oh, really? Let's settle it by the house rules then." And basically, the house rules are who can win in a fight.
Yeah.
And then
Whoever's fists are stronger,
yeah.
they're the right one.
And then she proceeds to stomp him
Yep.
every time. Like, oh, disagreement? Get to work. Let's
Yeah.
put the hands up, bro.
The funny part is when he said he was watching him get beat up, and then she beat him up for watching. I was dying. He was like, "You can beat him if you want, but why'd you have to drag me into it to get beat up?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's hilarious." And then also King A also beats him up from time to time. I was like, "Yeah."
Honestly, sometimes I wish she beat him up more because he's a little out there. Like, first of all, he has a whole fiance, mind you, and he's out here. He doesn't think so. He's pretty.
Bro, he's flirting everywhere.
But I think he knows that he knows this girl likes her. Lou Kinger.
Yeah,
Luke,
I think it's Luke Kinger. Yeah,
Lou Kinger. So Lou Kinger like really likes him, and she's from the bank, right?
yeah. So there's the gold heavenly. I think it's the Golden Dragon Bank.
Yeah.
And it's another neutral organization because it's just a branch,
Mm-hmm.
just like the schools, because it's just a branch of the main, like the main bank.
Yeah.
And so her mom is the vice president.
Her mom's the president.
She's the president, and obviously the daughter. She's known Lulo since like school, like because there's the college, and then there's like I guess like
like a
it's
local
like K.
school.
It's like K through 12.
Yeah, it's K through 12, and they were in school together. And basically, only like the top people in the kingdom can go to the college.
Yeah,
They both got picked to go to the college.
Yeah, because and then but she got helped out from him when he was like before they all awakened their resonance, and because he has a great talent with resonance arts, like
Yeah.
he can like basically tamper with them. Tamper is like the wrong word. It's more like he can edit them or like help
crazy though.
like help it more suited to him, which is apparently really like hard. Like a lot of people are like, the fact that he can even do it is insane because people are like, these were created like by like masters, right? Yeah. And also they're created that were suited to their body types or stuff. So for him to go in and like edit these, and to like suit it for himself is like shows like he's a genius.
And it really helps him because he has blank resonance. Also, a big thing is he has 3, and so one thing we forgot to mention in the beginning in the cultivation stuff that we're talking about is that when you're in the basic stage, which I will find that out for you guys for next week. There's a basic stage, and then the resonant master stage. You only have one. You only have one resonance, and also in the fiend stage, you only have one resonance. Or sorry, the general stage. In the general stage, you only have one resonance. But then in the Duke stage, you get a second resonance, and in the King stage, you get a third one. Mm-hmm. But he was born with, well, he wasn't born, but when he unlocked his resonance, he got 3 right away that were blank. But he can until he was when he started
17.
off. Yeah, 17. He got his first one.
Yeah, on his birthday actually.
On his birthday, the second one he got as soon as he entered the fiend body stage. No. The Resident Master stage. Yeah. He got his second one at the Resident Master stage, and then the third one he just got at the General stage.
Yeah.
And it's also been said that he's gonna get a 4th one when he hits the Duke stage.
No. They don't know.
No, his dad said it.
His dad did say that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Actually,
yeah.
I remember because You're right. Because I remember the conversation with Chichan, his mentor, said, "What's gonna happen when he reaches Duke? Is he gonna get another one?" That's why I originally. But his father. You're right.
So he's gonna end up with at least 5 because the King stage unlocks another one.
But
which is insane.
Yeah, but his residents are actually he technically has 6.
Yeah.
Because he has a main and an auxiliary.
Yeah.
So right now he has a water light, so like main auxiliary. So water light it's wood earth, right?
don't know if it's the other way around.
No,
I think
I think it's Wood Earth.
yeah, you're right. You're right. What Earth?
And then he has
Dragon.
Dragon Thunder.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, so basically he's like perfectly balanced with like healing and fighting like combat power and then like physical defense.
Yeah. And I love the fact that they throughout the story that since so basically his body is like it takes a lot out of his body to insert those resonance into him, and so because of that he picked the first one was a water light, and it basically has healing properties, so it helps him recover more.
Yeah.
And then he has the wood earth, which also helps like durability and like toughness and like
Other healing
other healing properties. And so I love that like because of that he does like healing stuff, like for example for the little emperor he's healing the little emperor, and I just love how like it's not like it's like oh I'm just really good at healing people. It's like no, like my resonance are made for healing to heal my body, and then it's also used like to heal. I just love how it wasn't like an aspel, you know.
Yeah. Then he also uses it. He has used it for healing and defense. And then he got his Dragon Thunder for attack and speed. So I was like, he's perfectly balanced. And he also you can upgrade resonances, but for like normal people, it's pretty much like after a certain amount of time you can't absorb like
I think it's 2 stages you can go up.
yeah, and they can't after that like they can't absorb anymore, but he can infinitely absorb like what is it like medicinal liquid?
It's called it's called it's like a light source. I think it's called I don't know what it's called. Basically, it's something that will help your resonance increase stage.
It's like a resonance liquid or something.
Yeah, resonance.
But basically, yeah, I mean, it increases thing, and he can absorb as much as he wants,
and as quickly as you want to.
Yeah, but obviously, the higher grades, the more it requires. It requires like that level. So it's like there's 1 through 9th grade like resonance liquid. Obviously, 8th grade, 9th grade. I don't think it even exists.
You can get 9th.
It doesn't exist in the Jacques Kingdom.
Yeah,
I think 8th grade is already like the limit, and it's super like expensive. Like
yeah.
I think like the
only one person can make it in the whole kingdom.
Yeah, I think he can now.
No, he can't. No way.
He can't.
He can only so the people who make the resonance liquid they're called like
artificers or something.
Artificers, and he can only make 3rd stage stuff, bro.
What? No, he can't.
Yeah, no. Bro. Facts.
He has the secret formula.
Yeah, but he can only. So remember, this might help, bro.
Oh wait, I don't know if that's for. Oh, I think you're right.
So he has 8th grade. He just got his resonance to the 8th grade, for the water light. So the current stage is the water light is 8th. I think it just hit 8th, and so once you hit the 7th and above, you go like 7th low high, 8th low high, and then the 9th doesn't seem to have it, but it probably
I think 9th does have it.
It probably does have it, but the only person who has a 9th stage resonance that we have known about so far is his fiance,
who is super OP
as fuck.
Because she not only does she have a 9th grade resonance, but it's a light 9th grade resonance, which is like incredibly rare because it's incredibly powerful
and also perfect against the others because they're darkness.
Yes, so she literally is the perfect weapon. And
by the way, they found her in the middle of the street? Question mark. That's what they said,
That's
bro.
what they told him,
but you know it's not true.
But she's clearly from some family,
super powerful family.
I don't know if they're powerful.
That's true, because then how'd they rob her?
Yeah.
And I really want to know about that, bro, because they just.
I want to know her background because it's clearly something crazy,
yeah.
but not crazy enough where it threatens his parents.
Yeah.
Because they literally they like took her and they were like, we're just gonna take her.
Yeah, they raised this girl since she was like, let's say 7 or 9 years old.
She was like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. They raised her for like 10 years, and then basically his fiance was like, oh hey, like how can I make it up to you guys for like doing so much for me? And then the mom was like, oh, you can marry my son, and she's like, done deal.
Yeah,
got you.
The mom was like joking too.
Yeah, she was straight up joking. Oh no, it was the dad that said it because the mom was pissed and beat him up for it.
And then she wrote up a little contract.
Yep.
And signed it, and I was like,
Yeah, so it's already signed. Like it's official. It's happening. It just depends
But
when it'll happen.
Lilo, like, because like he grew up with her, um, he doesn't like, obviously, like, he's very prideful.
Yep.
So he doesn't want a contract from her. He wants to, um, or like, he basically, what he said was he didn't want like a contract like she gave to her parents. He wants her to give it to him.
Yeah. I like that though.
I
I
like
like
it.
that he did that. And basically, there's this whole deal they have going on, where it's like when he first gets his residence, his acquired residence, he makes a deal with her, and he's like, hey, like I don't want this.
Engagement.
I want to divorce you, and I want to like give you a real one, or like so to say
He
that
wants to
like
break off the engagement and then get like start a real relationship,
yeah.
because he says he doesn't think that she sees him as like a man, but
Hmm.
more like a little brother.
Yeah, she does though.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And to him, that's like he would rather not marry her
Yeah.
than like go through with that,
Basically, and
because
so
that's like, because obviously he's prideful even before he got his residence, and now he's really strong. So now he's like really prideful, and he's like, no, I can't let that happen.
yeah.
So he's like, they actually, he said that up until she let him become the House Lord, then she would let him break it off. But
Yeah.
so they're probably gonna talk about that in the next few chapters.
Probably will, because they were supposed to. Like, basically, he wants to do that, but I don't think she's gonna let him. She said she's gonna be like, all right, beat me in a fight. House rules.
You know what? I can see the author doing that. Some she's like that, being like, or let's decide. And if he'll be like, bruh, no
Like, are
way,
you serious?
because he's like really like, whenever he sees her talent, he's like, I have 3 residences, but I feel like I still can't catch up to her.
Yo, that ninth grade resonance is OD.
It's OP. And she is the cultivation technique she's using.
Mm.
She's basically doing the slowly but surely route,
Yeah,
like that a lot of like protagonists in other
builds
novel
up
do.
power and stuff.
Yeah, so she's like solidifying her foundation to like the max,
Absolute max.
which is like, for someone like her, that's terrifying.
Yo, cause she can already hit above her weight,
Mm-hmm.
like by a lot. Like I think as a sub pearl stage, so basically where you go from the glass stage to the heavenly pearl stage, there's like a sub pearl stage, like the quasi pearl stage, and she beat a guy with like 6 pearls, I think.
Yeah. No,
Like
he's
just
7.
7? I think he had 6.
Oh, you're right.
I think it was 6.
Oh, because
Cause only
the
the two,
princess and the
the
regent's
regent's
son,
son, yeah,
they're the ones with 7. Yeah,
yeah, and so he basically there's this things called the astral pillars, and they're the seventh strongest in the college, the seventh strongest students in the college, and he beat or she beat Liluo's fiance beat one of them to like take over his
yeah.
spot,
So
and it was
now,
like unprecedented because it was in her third year. There's 4 years in the college, so you go 1 through 4, and then you can stay on in the college after your fourth year. And so this guy was like somebody who stayed in the college after his fourth year, and so he's probably like 2 years, 3 years older than him, or than her, and she wrecks him
mhm.
and he's got 6 pearls on her, which every pearl is like a qualitative jump. Wild.
So yeah, she's going crazy, and now, because like the astral pillars, they get like a lot of resources.
Yeah.
So now she's gonna be going crazy. Because now,
Bro, it was badass how she did
yeah,
it too. Cause she was like, what she said to Lilua, cause he was like, oh, there's 7, right? So usually if you're gonna go in and get a spot, you're gonna pick the weakest person, and everybody thought she was gonna pick the weakest person.
because she would have smashed them.
She would have smashed him, but instead she picks the third strongest pillar. And when she picks him, right when she's going up, Lila was like, "Oh, like you can pick somebody else. Like, why you do that?" She's like, "Oh, you want to know why? How I cultivate? I cultivate through victories." And I was like,
Oh.
"Sheesh!" I was like, "Oh, okay, like badass." And then she goes in and wrecks that guy, and I was like, "Oh, the power up's coming."
Yeah, she says, I think because her cultivation ticket, she needs to destroy people stronger than herself.
Yeah,
So I'm like, that's crazy.
it's impressive.
She's
She hasn't disappointed yet
so
one time.
I think this novel will probably be different from his other. I think his fiance is probably gonna be with him the entire way.
I hope so. I would be very upset if she either
She has to go out on her own or something.
yeah. I wouldn't be too upset if she went out on her own, but I would be very upset if he like overtakes her by such a large margin that like she's left in the dust.
Yeah, no way that's gonna happen.
Like if that would happen, I'd be very upset.
I
'Cause,
would
like,
be too.
like she's built up as like literally this goddess. Like
Yeah.
everybody in the kingdom's like goddess. Like she's guaranteed Duke stage, like
Mhm.
100%. And like Duke stage is like incredible in the kingdom, which they are in the outer divine continent because they don't have any kings.
Yeah.
So Duke is already like the strongest you can go, and the strongest person there is only the 5th stage Duke. So and she's gonna hit that at probably like 23, 24 years old, which is like unheard of everywhere. And Li Luo has to reach it by 22 or he dies. So
Yep.
He probably gonna hit it by 20 to be honest, because he's already
So he might hit it before her, but
Mm.
I don't think he'll still be stronger than her.
yeah. He hits it before her. I think she'll hit it first, and I think he hits it after. Because there's no way that. Because I feel like she's gonna take at least a year. He's gonna take at least a year too. Because he's only 18, bro.
No, but he has 3 residences now.
That's true.
His speed's gonna be crazy.
But the general stage is hard to progress through. It gets harder the more higher you go.
Yeah, but they all have 1, but he has 3.
I don't know. But she has a 9th grade resonance, which is
No.
like literally
Yeah,
insane.
but he has like an 8th, 7th, and 6th, right? Like they're
yeah, 8, 7, and 6.
like and this is like a multiplicative power.
All right, but one thing quick for you guys is that when he just had 2, he had like at the time I think it was a eighth low and then a 6 high. No, the 6s don't do higher low, so it's
Yeah.
just an 8th low.
It was 7th low, right?
Well, I'm talking about before.
Yeah.
When he hit the tournament, I think he only had an 8th high and a 6th low or a 6.
I think you're right.
And he said his cultivation speed was still slower than hers. I think. Like it couldn't match up to her, is what he said.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if the cultivation speed was lower, but like he couldn't match up to like her progress, I guess. But like maybe you're probably right. But I think now if he gets,
Because dragon, it's a dragon resonance.
I think if he gets the 3rd one to the 7th grade, then
It'll
it'll
go crazy.
go faster than her, because she's like actually insane.
But I think there's a lot of ways for him to power up now.
Oh, a ton.
And I mean, even if he doesn't advance his cult, because he has the two is 1,
Mm.
and he needs to now achieve that for both for like 3, like because like
3 different. So
Yeah.
he has to do 3 in 1,
yeah,
and that's like
and
a
he'll
king
go
power.
crazy.
That's a king power.
That's because his power increases exponentially
Mm.
as he does that.
Yeah.
So once he does that for all 3 of them, he'll actually like go insane.
I think he'll be able to beat people without using the Heavenly Wolf. He'll be able to beat like Earth Body,
Mhm.
Earth Fiends,
I think so too.
as a regular fiend, because he hasn't really made any progress. Yeah, but like he's wrecking
The
people.
thing is, it's only been a year, so I really wonder what's going to happen for the next 4 years.
I don't think he's finishing the Astro College all 4 years. No way,
No way. I don't think so either.
bro. He'd be like in the 4 years. If he really went through the 4 years, he'd be like
There's
halfway
nothing for him
through
to
Duke.
do.
He'd be stronger than his mentor. In 3 years from right now, I think he'll be stronger than his mentor.
Really? I don't think so.
Cause she's like, they said all the mentors are like 1st or 2nd stage dukes.
I don't think, but in 3 years, I don't think he'll be.
You don't think he's gonna be a duke in 3 years?
No.
What?
I think it'll take him the full 4 years.
Oh, 5.
Well, the next 4 years.
Oh, the next 4 years? Nah, I give it 2 years, bro.
No.
I get by the time he's 20. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying 20.
He's
20
not
years
gonna
old
be a
duke.
No,
20-year-old
he's not.
duke, bro.
He's not gonna be a 20-year-old dude.
Bro, he has. You just said he has 3 residents
Okay,
that are insane.
but this is he's gonna be a 20-year-old dude.
Yes, bro. I fully believe it.
What?
I fully believe it.
Okay, well then I think the Jacques Kingdom is gonna get destroyed then.
What? Where'd this come from?
No.
What?
Because
Wow.
if he's gonna become a duke by
Maybe.
20,
Yeah.
he needs to go through some like earth-shattering event for that to happen.
Okay.
And I think the Jacques Kingdom have to get destroyed. That or he's leaving the Jacques Kingdom by like
I can't see. I think he'll leave the Shot Kingdom
Well, he's
by.
most definitely leaving it.
I think he's gonna leave it honestly, like soon, like this. Like I don't think he's doing his second year actually. If I have to really be honest,
Really?
he lost his mentor. He already beat. He's already stronger than the second years who are gonna be third years. He's done the Holy Grail event. Like he's done everything that you can do at that college. I think they set him up perfectly to go.
I think you're right, but I think also the issue is that he because like you know what? I think they set it up perfectly. As now, I think something's gonna go down. The Jacques Kingdom. Actually, Jacques Kingdom might actually get wrecked.
You think so? I think he's done too much amazing feats to like help the kingdom. That if it still goes to shit, I'll be. I don't think so, bro. He got the holy dragon grail that like they've never gotten the whole time of the Astro College.
No, but I don't think it'll be because of
The others,
yeah, I think it'll be because of the guy
the
in
region.
the regent. I think the regent will do something stupid.
Well, then I have a question for you. Do you think the king that's in the Umbral Cave right now? Do you think he's gonna be able to seal it, or you don't think so?
I think he can seal it.
But so if he seals it, there's no way the region can do anything because he'll lock him down.
Yeah, but he might like take like a oh.
Unless he just suicides.
I feel like they have to because I feel like him just leaving just doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because in that world he doesn't really have any reason to leave.
Yeah.
And I'll just continue on the college, get the free resources, and go to the Duke.
It's true. You're right. There needs to be something.
Something needs to push him out.
Either I don't think they could do this, but I don't know. It could be a cop out a little bit if they just like the colleges in the inner divine are like, oh, you're so strong, like we recruit you. I don't think they'll do that.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, it. They send him, like the principals, like, okay, you guys are really talented. I'm gonna send you to like the head branch.
Oh, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's not the colleges take him, but he's like, he recommends them.
I see.
So that's how they go. Because if he comes out, he slaps the regent. He's like,
he's gonna slap people up.
He's like, bruh, stop playing. And then he's like, Kenge, I'm gonna recommend you to the inner divine continent. That's how they get there. And he's like, I'll protect your what you guys left behind.
Yeah. And I think he has the power to do so because he's the only king. I don't know how because they've obviously made it seem like not made it seem there are higher tiers than king. So I want to know like in the inner divine continent, like what does king mean?
He's probably trash.
Because I'm thinking dukes are trash in the inner divine continent. Like they're like
no, dukes
they're like mid powers. They're
like
mid powers. And then like
I won't say they're mid. I'll say dukes are probably like people who can just roam wherever.
Freely. I say, how about this? I'll say they're the highest of the low powers, but like as soon as you hit like king stage, you're like somebody.
Okay, yeah.
You're not big, but you're somebody.
You're like, yeah.
Like ain't nobody.
No one messes with a king.
Nobody's gonna step on you like as a king.
Mm-hmm. But you're not like the biggest fish around.
You're definitely not the biggest fish around. I think if I had to guess, I think there's 2 stages above king. Because they called it the Heavenly Emperor Lee, and I think I'm guessing there's an Emperor stage. They made it seem, and I don't think it goes king to Emperor. I feel like there has to be one.
They'll probably like king. They'll probably do like a saint stage because I feel like he likes
he likes
the word.
Stages.
Yeah, he likes the word saint.
I don't like saint stage. I don't like it being called that personally.
What?
I don't know, bro. It's just there's something about it that
in Prince Yuan, the saint stage was so hyped in Prince Yuan.
It was super hyped, bro.
like everyone hyped it up. It's like a saint can't be disrespected. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Honestly, after I read that, I was like, yo, any name with the saint stage goes crazy for me. I think they'll have a saint stage.
You think so? Yeah, probably. Knowing him, he loves the saint stages.
And then there probably will be an emperor stage because.
So you think it goes emperor saint, like so it goes king emperor saint, or how do you think it goes?
Yeah.
King, Emperor, Saint.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think there's one in between King and Emperor, personally. Now it doesn't make sense like when you think of like you go Duke and then you go King and then like levels of office. I mean, so it makes sense to go up to Emperor next. But I just feel like the way they talk about Heavenly Emperor Lee, like his name is just like crazy. I feel like they're hyping him up so much. There has to be a little difference in there,
Yeah, maybe.
or maybe just emperors are like that crazy.
Well, because the thing is, we don't really know anything about the king stage.
That's true. We have, no, absolutely not.
So the emperor stage could go crazy.
That's true. The king stage guy and the G can how do you say it again, bro? The kingdom. How do you say the kingdom?
Ja?
The Shah. In the Shah kingdom, they could straight up be like he can be like the weakest king ever, like first stage king, who can't like surpass.
But no one can touch him.
Yeah, but no one here can touch him. But like in the inner divine continent, like first stage kings are like, yeah, like you're done, bro. You don't have any more. That's your talent. Like we'll give you can be a little local tyrant, but like
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Know.
tough.
Yeah. But anything else you want to go on this before we move on?
No.
All right, guys. That's absolute resonance. We're gonna try to hit a couple of these. We got Keyboard Immortal, absolute resonance, and we got next week is gonna be the Regress Demon Lord is Kind.
Yes, that's a great one.
Yeah, and so we will be doing those. We'll alternate them, except the Regress Demon Lord is Kind because it might end soon. Like, well, it definitely is ending.
It's ending in January.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it next week, and then next month will probably be our thoughts on the whole novel.
Yeah.
But so every week we'll hit you with an ongoing novel we got going on. And right now, before we move back to the review of Damn Reincarnation, I need to throw out one thing for 9-star.
Yes.
So
9-star body hegemon.
Hegemon body.
Hegemon body.
Yeah. NSHBA. Yeah, bro. If you guys are not watching this, the way I give it, I can't give it a 10 because like
it's not over, so I won't give it a 10.
It's tough. I have to give it a solid 9, guys. In my opinion, it's like a must read. It's a must read on that side. This man over here, the biggest gamer, didn't read it for months. I think I told him a year ago to read this, and he was like, "Nah, bro, I'm not. It's not."
I slacked, but honestly, it's probably good that I slacked because I got plenty to catch up on.
He read the first like 200 chapters, and he was like, I don't know. And so, but it's one of those. It maybe is a little slow because I haven't read the beginning in a long time, so you can talk more about that. But once it hits like, I'd say once he hits the monastery, I feel like it picks up a lot.
No, to be honest, once he starts fighting that white robed guy, that's when he went crazy.
That's true. So that's probably chapter like, what is this? Since you just read it. Like, when is that?
I read that like 2 weeks ago, bro.
Well, I read it like 2 years ago, bro.
But honestly, it's probably around 200.
200, all right. So if you read the first 200 chapters, I know it sounds like a lot, but if you're binge reading a light novel, that'll take you 2 days. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Light novel fiends we're talking about.
There we go. And so that's so insane. And basically, Long Chan, main character, he has a harem, right? And I'm not gonna go crazy because I don't want to spoil it. His biggest gamer over here is catching up. I think he's in chapter like 1500.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna spoil names or anything, but he just has a harem, and one of them kind of does some shady stuff, and like
Really?
oh my goodness, I can't say too much. Basically, she does some shady stuff, and they're separated, and then they're somehow reunited. Right? That's all I'll say. And then can I see your phone real quick? I had to screenshot this line, guys, because it was so intense. It was so intense. It has no spoilers, no names, no anything. But he meets his harem member again, and she's like, she doesn't. I can't say nothing. I'll just
read what
I'll just read the line, cause it melted my heart, guys. When I saw it, I was like, wow, the love he has for this woman, and I was like, he has multiple harem members. I think there's like, I won't say a number, cause then you'll know, but like he has a lot. He has like over. How many do you know he has right now?
He technically has 4 right now, but think it's really 5 because Lang Yuan is
Mhm.
like hinted to be like
Oh, okay,
probably the
okay.
next. So it's really 5.
All right, so I'll say he has more than five, and so he like the way he loves every single one of them is so intense. And I just gotta read this line for you guys. And he's like, this is Long Chen saying this to his one of his women. I am willing to turn into a stone bridge for you, enduring a million years of the wind blowing, a million years of the sun basking me, a million years of the rain falling on me, just so that you can cross and I can stare at you once. Bro, the way I was, bro, it's the death, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm not a woman, but Long Chen, like, I'm yours, bro. I'm yours, bro. I'm straight, and I'm like, yeah, I'm yours, bro. She's like, right after, she's like, you're lying. A stone bridge will collapse long before a million years is up. And guess his response, bro? Without seeing you, how could I possibly collapse?
Damn. That's a dove.
Oh, that's a crazy dog, bro. I was like,
That's a
this
dove.
man, no, he's too smooth, bro.
Yeah, honestly, he's crazy smooth from what I've read so far.
With all of them, man. And he's like, he's the I gotta just say, I love the harem there because usually the harem's kind of bad. It's like just
So far, the harem in here is really good. I like it
yeah.
because his woman, um, like so Tang Water and Menki, like basically like the way he gets these women, like it's honestly like the story's pretty nice, like the story for them and like the relationships that develop, like it's pretty well thought out and it's pretty even, and the relationships between the women is pretty nice. And Chu Yao is basically is like his first girlfriend.
Yeah,
She
sort of.
well,
It's tough.
Menki's the first love.
Yeah,
Chu Yao's the first girlfriend though,
facts.
and then so Chuya like is the princess from where she like the Phoenix Empire where he's originally from. Uh they go together or no. They basically they when they go to their own or when she meets the other girls, she takes like initiative to, you know, bring him into the harem cuz she thinks the way she thinks is like, you know, like obviously like in the secular world it's like the harem can be a little competitive and aggressive and she wants to like have peaceful relationships with everyone. Obviously Tangwana was like, you know, in the cultivation world, you know, death can come at any time, so for us, you know, there's really no point in being competitive, so it's really we might as well enjoy what we have. So his harem is pretty peaceful off that premise, and that premise like pretty much just flows for the rest of them because they all become friends and like one family.
Yeah.
And when Menki comes, because she has a pretty like soft nature, just like Chuyao, they all get along pretty well, and they all have really good friendships. And so the harem, like pretty much, as they're like fighting together, progresses pretty well. And you know you feel really happy when like because Chuyao she goes away for a while because she's in a different sect, so she is gone for like a few years. And when they reunite, it's just like a really happy scene where it's like, oh, we get to reunite again. It's like it feels like they're all on their like he's really with Menki and Tongwaner a lot. Chuyo's gone, but it feels like everyone's on their adventure. It's like just trying to get stronger and meet up.
Yeah.
Because before it was Menki, it was gone.
Yep.
Tongwaner, she's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
It's
literally,
crazy, but it's like it's nice because it's like the harm's pretty peaceful, and then there's the devil girl Yu Kyangxiao. I don't know if that's how I pronounce it, but
yeah, those names are tough, man.
they brought her in, and you know she laughed, and you know because Tongwaner they always say in the novel she gets jealous, but it's not like to the point where it's really bad.
Yeah.
But it's like slight jealousy. It's like you seduced another woman. I'm gonna pinch you today.
Yeah. And she's never jealous of the other women. She's only jealous like of the other harem members that are already there. She's only jealous. She only gets jealous when he finds new women.
Yes, because she's like obviously like they say it's like obviously no woman wants to share their man, that kind of thing, which is understandable. But you know she doesn't really get that hostile. She just welcomes him in. Instead of getting mad at the woman, she gets mad at Long Chance. Like you know what? Why'd you seduce another woman? It's not her fault that you're so handsome or something like that. So, but so it's pretty nice. And I like it that it's pretty even. And obviously they tease him a lot. 'Cause there's like you can't have us until we're married. I'm just like damn.
Yeah.
He's like, I can look but can't touch. That's
Yeah,
tragic.
they love doing that. But yeah, the harem is pretty good. It's like one of the few novels that I think does it amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't got nothing bad to say. If anything, I just have good things to say about it.
Oh yeah, there's Ziyao, but they haven't really, because they keep saying she's a devil star.
Oh, I know what
They
you're
haven't
talking
really
about.
had like a romantic thing, but
Yeah.
it's clearly obvious like something's gonna happen there.
Yeah, I won't say nothing. But guys, read Nine Star, read Absolute Resonance. I hope you're already reading them because they're insane. If you leave a comment, try not to spoil the biggest gamer too much.
9 stars.
But I will be reading those comments because I love them.
Actually, you know what? One thing I gotta say about 9 star.
Yeah.
I said this to you earlier. But I
Yeah.
say it again. The profanity, and when you read the profanity in this novel, it is so funny to read.
I love it, bro.
When every time they just say fuck, you're just like, yo, this is too funny, bro.
Yeah. Wait. How can we talk about Nine Star now? Talk about the face slaps, bro.
Oh, you're right. The face slaps in this novel.
You
SK.
dare. Instantly, bro.
Bro, he does it on reflex.
It literally, like, I think one time he slapped somebody, he was like, "Oh my bad, that was an accident. I didn't mean to hit you. I just thought you were gonna say something bad. Your face was ugly or something." I was like, "Yo, savage."
One of the funniest ones was when that having splitting sack guy got slapped, and he was like, "You're slapped. Maybe look at you as a man." I was like,
Yeah. And he's like way stronger than him.
yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh, he's about to die," and he was like, "That was real manly."
Yeah. I like that. Dude, the heavy splitting sect is.
I love those
yeah,
guys.
those guys are fun.
Yeah. But all right, so guys, we're gonna go now into our review of Damn Reincarnation. We just read the 100th chapter for you guys. We're gonna let you know how it is every week. We're gonna do 50 chapters for the month, and up to 200 chapters. We'll give a final review, and I'll let you know how we like it. But so we are gonna talk about the first 50 chapters. We're like, since we talked about it last week, we're gonna assume you read it. But if you didn't, we're not gonna spoil too hard. And we won't say anything about in detail about the first 100. But so far, how you been liking it, man?
It's pretty good, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it. I think the main character, he's
good.
pretty funny.
He's hilarious. He's a what do they call it? Stupid Hamel.
Yeah, stupid Hamble. Oh,
Stupid Hamel. He hates it, bro. He hates it. You can tell he hates it.
Dude, it's so funny.
It's
And then, but so right now he's with the elf.
Yep.
Honestly, it's kind of crazy how some of these how they're suppressed so hard.
Insane.
Even though there's that contract up, so I'm like, there's some fishy stuff going down.
Yeah.
Because right now, we saw that he's trying to find all his team members.
Yeah.
Because clearly, he's like, yo, they got to be alive because something's wrong.
Yeah, that's one big thing through the first 100 chapters you'll see is and I haven't read any further, and I don't think we either of us have, and they're pretty. They talk the whole time how he's trying to find his team members because he's not sure if they're dead. I don't really know how longevity works in this novel yet because it seems like regular people die at 100 years old, but I guess if you're stronger, if you trained your mana, you might be able to live for longer.
Yeah.
So it seems like it is very possible that his teammates from 300 years ago are still alive.
But are just really old.
Yeah.
Or they could be sealed up somewhere too.
Mhm.
Which is why because they all went into hiding.
Yep.
Technically, right?
Yeah.
Anise went on her pilgrimage.
Yep.
Sienna went. Well, no one really knows where she went.
I think she just said she's gone.
Yeah, but she
She's
disappeared.
leaving. Yeah.
And then
Marlon?
yeah, he left the kingdom to his descendants and disappeared.
He said I'm out.
And then
Vermouth,
Vermouth. Like they said he dead,
the hero Vermouth.
but they said he died.
Yeah.
But I'm like, did he really die?
Did he really
I
die?
mean, they said they had a funeral for him for anything, but
They did.
something's.
We don't know. We don't know. Questions that we cannot answer for you guys, but it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The first 50 chapters, I was pretty intrigued, but these next 50 chapters that I read up to chapter 100, I was so upset that I read it on Monday. I read it on Monday of this week, and I remember I was like, "Can Saturday come any quicker so that I can give these guys my review and be and then just go and read the next 50 chapters because I can't wait to read the next 50 chapters." So it has hooked me. The first 50, I was like, this is good, but I wasn't like,
because it's like a training arc slash like he's showing off how OP he is.
Yeah, basically.
And obviously like the siblings are learning how shoot, he's crazy strong.
Yeah.
But like he's like developing a good relationship with like the twins, but the older brother's pretty crappy.
Oh yeah,
He's done. I feel bad for him though.
I do.
Because he's grown up in the typical powerful family, and as the eldest son, you need to like not be.
You have to have certain standards.
Yeah, they have to live up to. But he's been feeling the pressure, and his mom's
I don't like her.
no.
I don't like her one bit.
She's the typical. She cares more about her status than her son's health, and that's pretty
horrible.
sad.
Yeah, and like honestly, I don't blame. I hope this doesn't come out bad, guys. But I don't blame the patriarch for taking that second wife, because like as he said, the line of Lionhearts, they can't leave it to one son, because if the one son's bad, then like
It's over.
It's over. And so he's like, I need to have more than one son because the wife couldn't have another son.
Yeah, and she was obviously upset at that, but it was the right choice.
It was definitely the right choice. I can't say
that line or that reasoning. I feel like that was the righteous reason, but that wasn't the real reason.
Oh, for sure.
Because when you now looking at the relationships between these guys, he saw his son, and he was probably like, he's not gonna. He can't handle the pressure. And he saw his wife, and he's like, she is not fit to lead.
It was bad.
And the second wife is just as scheming, but she knows when to hold back, and she knows when to strike.
Facts.
But she's not that bad.
She's not that bad. I think she's okay.
She could be, but because she was
circumstances, she hasn't had to.
Yeah,
and I think she could be a real dick.
Oh yeah, she 100% could be. Yeah. But she was smart enough to like realize that
to mess with Eugene.
Yeah, and that Eugene is pretty strong. And she was smart enough to be like, hey, like instead of telling her sons or like her children to be mean, she was like, become friends with him. And I was like, I was like,
it's like, are we really reading a light novel right now? Like, usually you're supposed to make a very bad decision.
Yeah,
right?
You're supposed to be the whetstone for MC, but she was like, let him, and now
they have a great relationship.
Yeah, and they feel like real siblings, and he's becoming stronger because he looks at Eugene as his goal. And and obviously the daughter has a crush on him.
Yeah,
I'm like,
for sure. It's kind of funny though.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fighting? So we can give these people like a good review on the fighting, because they just had I'd say a couple big fights now.
Yeah,
through 100 chapters. How do you feel about it?
I like the fighting.
Yeah,
I think the way they explain the power up or the magic system, mana system, I think it's really cool. I think the 9-star
circles.
Yeah. I said 9-star. The 9, because like in my head I just thought of it.
Yeah.
The 9 circles, and then him trying to combine Sienna and Vermos like
magic systems.
Yeah, I was like, that's smart as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, you're trying to combine like the 2 peaks.
Yeah.
And make your own. I was like,
crazy.
He's truly trying to surpass Vermos. I think he probably will in the end.
I think he has to if he's gonna be able to accomplish what he wants to defeat the Demon Kings.
But I think the fighting's pretty good.
Yeah, and then I agree with you on the magic system. I like how they split it up into, they don't just have like magic and then like just whatever, right? They don't go too deep into it, but at the same time they describe it pretty well in that they have specifications. So there's like summoners, there's like spirit magicians,
Magic swordsman.
magic swordsmen, there's black magicians, and then red magicians, but I don't forget what they do. No, the red magicians are the summoners, and then I think they have healing magic as well. And so they separate it into
Yeah.
specifications, and then the way you learn it is you go from first circle to ninth circle, which is like I like how they describe that too and how to get better. I think one thing is they don't do a great job at showing like how to get better at magic.
No, they. A lot of it is really just him, just like pushing himself to the limit.
But yeah, it's not like they don't really describe like,
'Cause
oh,
He's
if
really
I-
not trying to learn magic either. He's just more like trying to expand his mana,
yeah.
which he's crazily doing.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess they don't I understand why they didn't, but I think I would have liked like I don't know when like a regular magician like goes from third to fourth circle. Like
Yeah.
how do they do that? Like we don't know that. I don't think they'll describe it, and I would like to, but it's one of those things that I can look over.
Yeah, because right now he's only learning magic for like theory reasons to
Yeah.
look at his own mana and then try to modify it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's a pretty good idea.
Yep. Yep.
But I think after this, we're probably gonna see a lot of secrets
Oh, a ton.
because right now, I think because they're at the elf forest,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna learn we're probably gonna learn what happened to her.
I hope so, man.
Because there's
I
no
can't wait.
I think there's no way she didn't do something at the elf forest after she disappeared.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because a
Very
lot of
true.
people speculate that's where she went. Because she was raised by elves.
Yeah,
So
human, but raised by elves.
yeah, but she's like she's someone that cares about relationships. So she definitely went back there, and she
Yeah.
she probably left something back there.
Probably. Oh damn! So yeah, I'm really liking it. I think I originally rated it 7.5. I think it's jumped up to. I don't know if I should give it an 8.5.
I think
I
it's
don't know. I want
it's
to,
pretty,
but I'm like, I don't know.
pretty good.
I want to. I think I'm gonna leave it at an 8 right now.
Okay,
But it has gripped me. It has really gripped me.
me too.
It makes me really want to keep reading. I think there's just a couple things that, like the mana system is not the best. It's good, but I wish they gave me a little more on it. Let's see what else. I want him to get like his own party. I feel like I not really a party. I think I want him to interact with people a little more.
The solo act, they'll probably give it up.
Yeah, because he's basically the first 100 chapters. He's been kind of solo for the most part.
Because I mean, he has what's her face right now.
He does, but like
The Saintess girl.
yeah,
I think he's gonna get a party.
yeah. I think he's gonna get a party, but like the first 100 chapters, guys. This is basically a very long training arc, and then they have some other things in there so that it doesn't feel like a super long training arc, but it's basically a super long training arc.
Yeah,
And so that's like
I mean it makes sense.
it makes sense.
He's like 17.
Now I
How old
think
is he?
I think he's 19 now.
19. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Maybe 20. Maybe 20.
Like-
Because I think he spent. No, yeah, you're right. 19.
Yeah, he's 19.
Yeah. And so I think I want to read the next 50, and hopefully, like, now that he's trained so much, like, they're not as. Because I love a good training arc. I'm not gonna be.
Me
I'm
too.
not gonna lie. I love a good training arc. But, like, then I want to see the fruit of that, like, of all that training. And, like, you kind of start to see it. And I think if I see more of it, I'll rate it higher, you know?
Yeah.
So, also for next week, guys, it's I think they're at chapter 143. I checked because I've been dying to read it.
There's a little slow the translation.
Yeah. So maybe by next week we might not have all up to 150. I'm not sure on how they'll translate it, but I know as of right now it's 143. We'll be able to we'll get up as close to 150 as we can. If they get there, if they go past it, we won't go past 150, but we'll try to read the next 50 chapters. And then for that last week of the month, we'll give you our future predictions and if you should definitely read it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, this is Light Novel Fiends, guys. I'm Adomar.
I'm Biggs Gamer.
and get to reading, guys.